In a vibrant Yoruba village, where palm trees danced in the breeze and market stalls buzzed with laughter, lived Olurombi, a woman whose beauty rivaled the dawn. Yet her heart ached, for she and her husband, Ade, had no child to fill their home with joy. The village women offered blessings, their voices soft with pity, but each moonless night deepened Olurombi's sorrow. One evening by the stream, an elder with eyes like polished ebony whispered of the Iroko tree, a spirit deep in the forest that granted wishes at a price. Beware its power, she warned. Olurombi's heart sparked with hope, her gaze fixed on the dark woods where the Iroko stood. At dawn, Olurombi donned her brightest headscarf and ventured into the forest. Thorns snagged her wrapper, and birds hushed as she passed, the air thick with mystery. Her heart thrummed, but her longing drove her forward. In the sacred grove, the Iroko loomed, its roots like ancient hands gripping the earth. Kneeling, she offered kola nuts and sang, "Great Iroko, I am Olurombi, empty of a child's laughter. Grant me a son, and I vow to weave you a cloth, fine and strong." The air stilled. Then a voice like thunder wrapped in silk replied, "Your vow is heard. A son you shall have, but forget not your promise, or the forest claims its due." Joy and fear entwined, she returned home, the Iroko's words echoing. Months later, Olurombi's belly swelled, a sign of the Iroko's gift. The village buzzed, and Ade's smile shone brighter than the sun. Under a starlit sky, Olurombi birthed a boy, Tunde, whose cries were music to her soul. The village danced, bata drums pulsing, as they named him, "He has returned." Olurombi's laughter rang again, but in quiet moments, the vow to the Iroko flickered in her mind. She meant to weave the cloth, but motherhood's joy consumed her. The loom gathered dust, and one night, a strange wind rattled the palms, carrying the Iroko's hum. "Tomorrow," she whispered, but the cloth remained unspun. Tunde grew, a bright-eyed boy of 5, his laughter a melody that warmed the village. Olurombi's days brimmed with his chatter, the loom forgotten. But the forest stirred. One evening, fetching water, Olurombi heard her name in the wind. The cloth. Her heart raced, the vow rushing back. She promised to weave at dawn, but Tunde's sudden fever stole her focus. She nursed him with herbs, singing prayers. As the wind grew sharper, a low growl circling the village. The elders whispered of an unpaid debt, and Olurombi's guilt deepened, her promise slipping further into shadow as Tunde recovered. Tunde's laughter returned, but the forest's growls lingered. In a dream, Olurombi saw the Iroko's roots twist into hands, its voice booming. "A vow is a chain, Olurombi." She awoke, trembling, and dusted off her loom, gathering indigo and gold threads. But Tunde's playful tugs pulled her away, and the loom stayed silent. The elders warned, "The Iroko is angry." Crops withered, and the stream turned bitter. That night, the wind howled. "Olurombi, the time is near." Her heart pounded, knowing the full moon, the Iroko's deadline, was days away. Unable to bear her guilt, Olurombi crept to the grove at midnight, leaving Tunde with Ade. The forest was darker, the path choked with vines. At the Iroko, she pleaded, "Forgive me. I'll weave your cloth by the full moon." The tree's branches creaked, its voice cold. "Words are wind. Bring the cloth, or what I gave, I take." A leaf fell, sharp as a blade, grazing her cheek. She stumbled home, blood trickling, the deadline looming. The village felt the Iroko's wrath goats vanished, and shadows danced where none should be. Olurombi worked feverishly, her loom humming as she wove a cloth of crimson and gold, her fingers bleeding from haste. Tunde watched, confused, as she chanted, "Iroko, Giba mio." The village whispered of her folly, some pitying her, others blaming her for the forest's curse. Aid urged her to finish, but the cloth was only half done as the full moon rose. That night, the wind roared, and Tunde clung to her, sensing danger. Olurombi sang to calm him, her voice trembling. Promises bind like roots. She vowed to face the Iroko, cloth or no cloth. At the grove, Olurombi offered her half-woven cloth, pleading, "Great Iroko, take this and spare us." The tree's voice thundered, "A half-vow is no vow." Roots burst from the earth, coiling around her. She screamed, but the forest swallowed her voice. The Iroko spoke, "You kept my gift but broke my bond. Now weave forever on my branches." Her body turned to wood, her hands frozen at a spectral loom, her cries a haunting hum in the wind. The village woke to silence. Tunde weeping for his mother, now a statue in the grove. Tunde, now 10, heard the village's tales of his mother's fate. The elders shunned the grove, but Tunde, bold and grieving, ventured there. He saw Olurombi, wooden and weeping sap, her hands weaving endlessly. "Mother," he called, "I'll free you." The Iroko's voice rumbled. "Only a sacrifice equal to her vow can break the curse." Tunde returned home, his heart set on a plan. He gathered kola nuts and cloth, singing Olurombi's plea, "Iroko, giba mio," determined to face the spirit and redeem his mother. Under the next full moon, Tunde stood before the Iroko, offering a cloth he'd woven with the village women, its threads vibrant as his mother's spirit. "Take this," he said, "and my love for her." The Iroko paused, its leaves still. "A child's heart is pure," it said. The roots loosened, and Olurombi stepped free, flesh once more, weeping as she held Tunde. The village rejoiced, but the tale spread, sparking debates. Was the Iroko just or too harsh? Why punish a mother so? Its rhythm, Olurombi's chant, the wind's wail lingered, a warning. Oaths are roots, and broken vows grow curses.